There are moments in an NFL training camp where the atmosphere changes not because of a big play, not because of a headline injury, but because something unspoken shifts behind the scenes. The rotation slowed down. The energy feels recalibrated. And if you were paying close attention on day 9 of Browns camp, you felt that shift. It wasn't in a press release. It wasn't in a tweet. It was in the body language, in the sideline conversations, in the absence of something or someone. That someone was Sanders. Now look, I'm not one to jump to conclusions without context. But when you've followed a quarterback's journey the way I've followed Sanders from Jackson State's grit to Colorado's chaos to the polished intensity he brought into this Browns locker room, you know how to read the silences. You know how to hear what isn't being said. It's when Tony G got a chance to speak with Sanders post-practice, and all he got was a calm, measured, "I'm good." That wasn't just small talk. That was message delivery. "I'm good." That's the kind of response you give when you're not panicking, but also not volunteering any unnecessary insight. It's the kind of line you drop when you've already been briefed on how to move. Controlled, professional, but loaded with implication. Because anyone who knows Sanders knows that if there was fire in the building, you'd see it in his eyes. And there was no fire, just ice dot. Then came the official word from the Browns. Arm soreness. Simple, clean, safe. But let's break that down, because this isn't a 35-year-old veteran being preserved for week 1. This is a young quarterback in his first NFL camp. He's been clamoring for reps. It's barely seen live action outside of structured drills. So why now? Why pull him when he's finally gaining rhythm? Why sideline the only QB in that room, showing consistent growth and upward trajectory? I'll tell you why. Because they've already seen enough. That's my theory. The Browns are holding their cards close to close. They know exactly what they've got in Sanders, and they're not about to waste him in August battles that don't count. They're sheltering him. Keeping him sharp, yes, but also keeping him hidden. Hidden from scouts, hidden from media, hidden from the narrative swirl that devours promising quarterbacks too early. They're waiting. Waiting for the moment where the silence breaks and the NFL has no choice but to take notice. Now, while Sanders was on the sideline, the show moved on. The reps didn't stop. And in his place, Dillon Gabriel stepped into the spotlight. And listen, I want to be fair here. Gabriel is grinding. He's doing everything asked of him. He's trying to prove he belongs, and I respect that. But this isn't about effort. This is about execution. And day 9, that was his shot. The field was his. The moment was his. And he didn't seize it. We rolled the film. I watched every drop back, every progression, every hesitation. And what I saw wasn't a young gun hungry to take control. It was a quarterback trying not to mess up. You can't play this game at half speed. Gabriel was second-guessing, double-clutching, missing windows. Even with Joe Flacco being the only other real competitor taking snaps that day, Gabriel didn't rise above. Not even close. In a room that features Sanders and Pickett, he just didn't stand out. So when I hear people, analysts, beat writers, fans online float the idea that Gabriel should be considered above Sanders on the depth chart, I can't help but laugh. It's not just inaccurate, it's disrespectful. Aside of Flacco, Sanders is the only quarterback in that room showing both presence and progression. Every day, every drill, he looks more comfortable, more locked in, more like the future. And yes, I'll give Flacco his flowers. Super Bowl MVP, veteran wisdom. He's earned the benefit of the doubt. If he starts week 1, fine. I won't argue that. But once that first whistle blows in the regular season, heat kicks in. It should be Sanders next in line, not Gabriel, not Pickett. Sanders. The frustrating part is that he's still flying under the radar, still being treated like some maybe rather than a must. But that's not because he isn't ready. It's because the Browns are playing this one smart, maybe even a little too smart. Maybe they don't want the media frenzy yet. Maybe they don't want the league getting any ideas. But if you ask me, that kind of caution means only one thing. They know he's the real deal. Back on the field, the camp marched forward. Pads were popping, players rotating. Kenny Pickett returned in uniform, moving decently. But when it came time for team drills, nothing. Not a single rep. That hamstring's not right. And I don't care what the trainers say, when a QB doesn't take a snap during competitive reps, that's not just being careful, that's a problem. That's a red flag. But that wasn't even the big story of the day. The headline belonged to Gabriel, and not in a good way. 3 completions on 14 attempts, 1 interception, several batted balls, missed timing, misread coverages. His internal clock was off. The game looked too fast for him. It wasn't just a rough outing, it was a reality check. And I don't say that to tear the guy down. I want to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But if this is your 3rd round pick, and these are the reps he's stacking when the lights are low, how's he going to respond when they go bright? Meanwhile, Sanders, he doesn't even need 15 reps to make his mark. He steps in, completes 7 of 10, drops a touchdown in the red zone, and walks off like it's routine. He's calm, poised, surgical, and he's doing it without the media gushing over him, without the spotlight. That's rare. That's maturity. That's control. He's building chemistry. He's commanding the huddle. He's growing quietly but undeniably, and when a quarterback grows like this under the radar, that's not just development, that's danger. For the rest of the league, and then of course, Asante Samuel had to go and stir the pot online. Said if Sanders drops a perfect stat line in preseason, say, it's 949 with a couple touchdowns, teams like the Colts or Saints might come calling with trade offers. Like, this is fantasy football. It's like Sanders is just another chip to be moved around. Let me say this as clearly as I can. Sanders is not on the block. He's not a flip. He's not trade bait. He's not an experiment. He's a franchise quarterback in the making. If the Browns front office has even a single ounce of vision, they'll see that. You don't move off a rookie with this kind of upside because he's playing too well. It's not how great organizations are built. You don't panic. You don't cash out early. You build around it. Because when Sanders finally gets the green light, when the moment comes and the headset goes live and the spotlight finds him, it's not going to be a test. It's going to be a takeover. Let me take you inside what's really going on in Cleveland. Not just what you see on the surface, but the undercurrents, the conversations behind closed doors, and the quiet fire burning in the heart of a young quarterback named Sanders. You can throw names into the mix all day. Dylan Gabriel, other backups, system guys, hopefuls. Let the media speculate. Let Twitter argue. That's what this league does. But there's one name that's not going anywhere. One name that's gaining. Wait, every single day in Berea.Sanders. He's not a storyline. He's a statement. He's not just trying to make the roster. He's trying to change the narrative. And right now, in the heart of training camp, you can feel it. The air's different when he's around. But first, let's talk about yesterday, because the seasoned vet, the former Super Bowl MVP, is the man who's seen more coverages than most of these kids have taken snaps. Looked, good. No denying it, .9413, 2 touchdowns. He looked composed. He looked like a guy who's been here before. You could see it in the way he worked through his progressions, the way he commanded the huddle. He wasn't guessing. He was controlling. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Stefanski lets him trot out there for a series or 2 Friday night against Carolina, just to test it. Just to remind the league that he's still got a little left in the tank. But make no mistake, that's not where the real tension lies. The real storm is coming next week. Because this is Carolina week, joint practices, the first preseason game, Bryce Young is expected to play. Their starters will be out there, pads popping, tempo live. And in Cleveland, well, Stefanski's playing it tight. Lockjaw, no leaks, won't say if the Browns starters will hit the field. But I've seen enough training camps to trust my instincts and my gut. It says they play at least for a drive, maybe 2, because something is brewing. 2. Something. Real. Now close your eyes and picture this with me. It's late August. The Ohio sun is beating down. The turf is burning hot. Every coach is shouting. Every assistant is scribbling notes. And every single rep is a battlefield. That's what camp is. It's not glamorous. It's not cute. It's a war for survival. And right in the middle of it is this 22-year-old quarterback, Sanders. The son of a legend. And yeah, let's not pretend that being Deion Sanders' son doesn't come with a spotlight. It absolutely does. You walk into the room and everyone's watching, expecting greatness or waiting for a stumble. But Sanders, he didn't walk in to borrow fame. He walked in to build his own damn empire. 5th-round pick. That was just a number on a screen. From day one, the kid showed up like this league owed him nothing. He was early, he was focused, he was obsessed. Footwork, mechanics, Film study, practice reps, chemistry with receivers. Leadership in the huddle. He wasn't just learning the playbook, he was devouring it, living inside it, breathing it, and it started showing up quick. The throws, tight spirals with touch, reads, clean timing, crisp pocket presence. Way ahead of where you'd expect, reporters stopped whispering and started broadcasting. Sanders looks like the best quarterback in camp, not the flashiest. It's not the loudest, the best. But then, without warning, the shift. Sanders reps. It's gone.benched.out. Of the rotation with the first team, just like that, and in came Joe Flacco again. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't about bashing Flacco. I respect the man. I always have. Super Bowl champion, professional, veteran, leader. But let's not kid ourselves. His arm. It's not what it used to be. His legs practically gone. He's not extending plays. He's not improvising. He's not dazzling anyone. It's managing. And that's what bugs me. Because what are we building here in Cleveland? Are we playing it safe? Or are we finally taking risks that matter? Because let me tell you what I'm hearing from players, from inside the building, even from staffers off the record. They're confused. They're frustrated. One offensive lineman put it bluntly. When Sanders is in the game, it's different. You feel it. The offense has a pulse. But the coaching staff, they're clinging to safety. They're clinging to structure. They're afraid to break from the script. And what does Sanders do? Stays silent. He doesn't post cryptic stuff on social. He doesn't vent. He doesn't pull a diva move. He grinds. He's the last one off the field. First one in the meeting room. Living in the film. Asking questions. Making calls. He's running scout team reps like they're playoff drives. That's leadership. That's hunger. That's what this league is supposed to reward. But the media noticed Daniel Ozzie from ESPN called it out. Fans flooded Twitter. Former players started speaking up, and that's when it hit me. This isn't about development. This is about control. The front office. They want Sanders to play. I've heard it. GM Andrew Berry sees the ceiling. Ownership. They love the upside. On and off the field. But the coaching staff, they're scared to shake the boat. They don't want to give the keys to a rookie, even if he's the most NFL-ready rookie on the roster. So what we've got is a fracture, a tug-of-war between two visions. One side pushing toward the future, the other stuck in the past. And the person caught in the middle? StandersFocus.com. Deadly serious. One assistant coach said it best. He's not complaining. He's just sharpening his blade every day. And now we're here, days away from the preseason opener. The light's about to come on. The camera's ready to roll, and the question echoing across Cleveland is this: do you play it safe, or do you unleash the storm? Because this isn't just about week one, this is about what kind of team the Browns want to be. Do we trust veterans just because they've been around? Or do we take the leap with a quarterback who's already proven he's ready? Because here's the truth: Sanders isn't just fighting for a job, he's fighting to change the culture. And I don't say that lightly. This isn't just a quarterback controversy. This is a battle between fear and faith, between comfort and chaos, between a clipboard and a cannon dot. So I'll ask you, what would you do? Do you let a Super Bowl relic keep the seat warm? Or do you put the kid in and watch the fire spread? Because one thing I know for sure, this conversation, it's not going away. Not next week, not next month, not until the Cleveland Browns make a choice. Not just between two quarterbacks, but between two futures. I'm running something big. Want to win a free Browns game jersey? Think you know. Who starts week one? Drop your prediction in the comments. Thanks. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. 5 winners, picked at random. And yes, the more videos you comment on, the better your chances. Let's run it. And now we wait. The lights are coming on, and if Cleveland's bold enough to hand this kid the keys, we might just witness the start of something legendary. I'm telling you. This is the Sanders era waiting to ignite. I'll see you in the next one.